Everyone has a story. Your story is your narrative. And if you aren't controlling it, if you aren't driving it, you are giving your power away. There's a famous line that I'm known by that I get quoted a lot, and that is everyone has a personal brand by design or by default. And it really is true, right? Our brand is how we interact with other people. It's our body language, our communication, our network, our online presence. It's the way we introduce ourselves, how other people introduce us. So everyone has a brand. The question is, are you driving it? Or are you leaving to chance that other people will find you interesting and relevant and compelling and memorable? That's a lot of power to give away. And I really hope after today's session and after reading the book that you feel that sense of confidence and ability to control that narrative, because the rest of the people you're going to interact with, they're busy. They got their own stuff going on and they're moving at warp speed to get their own life going. Their ability to find you and to assign you value is going to come from how much of a control you're taking over that narrative. It happens to be a big buzzword right now, right? I count how many times in every newscast they talk about a politician or a celebrity trying to control the narrative. But that is what it's about. It's about taking control over the story of your life, because we're all moving fast and life isn't slowing down for you. It's not for me. So what are we going to do with our time here, and how are we going to make it matter? There's no resume I've ever looked at that I couldn't help a client create a narrative for. There's no goal that you have that we can't tie into a bigger picture. Whatever business, whatever transition, whatever reputation situation you're in, you drive the narrative of what it means. If you're going to make a pivot, talk about how everything you've ever done has led you to this moment and that future that you've now chosen for yourself. If you're cleaning up your reputation because of some mistakes, figure out what parts you need to own, take ownership, move through it, but tell people what they should focus on. They will focus on the wrong things if you don't tell them. And if you're finally at the point where you want to look at building your brand, maybe you're making a military transition. I know we have some folks on this meeting who are doing that. Then the story of what you've done before is part of the story of who you are. It's not the whole story. Your brand isn't what you do, it's who you are. And as you all know, if you've followed me in my work, brands start with values, and your values are rooted deeply in your moral fiber, your moral operating system. So know that your story matters, that there's a target audience out there who is looking for someone exactly like you. They are looking for you. So please don't try to be somebody else, because they're going to miss you. Make sure your story comes forward in a meaningful and intentional and strategic way. And then you truly are in control of the narrative.